Evet, sayın öğretim üyeleri, değerli katılımcılar, ben Bilgisayar Mühendisi Bölüm Başkanı Profesör Doktor Ayhan Erdem. Üniversitemiz, dekanlığımız ve bölümümüz adına Sayın Doçent Doktor Dharmendra Singh RAJPUT'a davetimizi kabul ettiği için teşekkür ederiz. Şimdi duygu analizi hakkında kısa bir giriş yapacağım. Sonra konferansımızın moderatörlüğünü yapmak üzere bölümümüz öğretim üyesi Doçent Doktor Adem Tekerek hocamıza sözü bırakacağım. Makine öğrenmesiyle duygu analizi konulu sunumun şimdiden başarılı ve faydalı olması dileğiyle sizlere ve değerli Doktor Dharmendra Singh RAJPUT'a hoş geldiniz diyorum. Duygu analizi neden önemlidir? Günümüzde sosyal medya kullanımının, blog yazmanın ve online alışverişin hızla yaygınlaşması, kullanıcıların sanal ortam üzerinden çok sayıda yorumlanabilir görüşe ulaşmasına olanak sağlamaktadır. Elektronik verilerin hızlı artması nedeniyle bu metinlerin otomatik olarak analiz edilmesi ihtiyacı da artmaktadır. Böylece doğal dil işlemenin yani NLP'nin bir alt alanı olan duygu analizi ortaya çıkmıştır. Duygu analizi şirketlerin pazarlama analizi, halkla ilişkiler, ürün incelemeleri, ürün geri bildirimi ve müşteri hizmetleri gibi her türlü süreci otomatikleştirmesini sağlamıştır. Opening mining olarak da bilinen duygu analizi belirli bir konuda konuşma veya yazı gibi öznel bir dilsel unsurun yorumlanmasıdır. Tekrardan hoş geldiniz diyorum. Dear faculty members, dear students, dear participants, I am Professor Dr. Ayhan Erdem, Head of the Department of Computer Engineering. On behalf of University Dean's Office and our department, we would like to thank Association Professor Dr. Dharmendra Singh RAJPUT. Is my pronunciation of your name correct, sir? Professor?
Yes, Professor.
Is my pronunciation of your name correct?
Yeah. Correctly you pronunciated Dr. Dharmendra Singh Rajput.
Okay, Rajput. Dharmendra Singh Rajput, for accepting our invitation, I will make a brief introduction about sentiment analysis. Then I will leave my speech our department faculty member, Association Professor Dr. Adem Tekerek to moderate our conference. I wish that the presentation or sentiment analysis with machine learning will be successful and useful in advance. And I welcome you and our esteemed Dr. Dharmendra Singh RAJPUT. Why is sentiment analysis important? Today, the rapid expansion of social media use, blogging, and online shopping allows users to access a large number of interpretable opinions through the virtual environment. Due to the rapid increase in electronic data, the need for automatic analysis of these texts is also increasing. Thus, sentiment analysis, a subfield of natural language processing, meaning NLP, has emerged. Sentiment analysis has enabled companies to automate all kinds of processes such as marketing analysis, public relations, product reviews, product feedback, and customer service. Sentiment analysis, also known as opening mining, is the interpretation of subjective linguistic elements such as speech or writing on a particular topic. Thank you very much again. Welcome. Here you can continue with Dr. Adem Tekerek. Hadi
Thank you very
hocam
much,
buyurun.
Hocam. Dear participants, I want to give brief information about Dr. Dharmendra. Dr. Dharmendra is working as an associate professor at the Department of Software and System Engineering, Vellore Institute of Technology in India. His research area are mainly data mining and data predictive analysis. He published more than 50 papers and, at the international journals. He has also grasped academic editor and reviewed some of the journals, and he has citations for more than 1,700. Dr. Dharmendra, please start your presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Ayan and Professor Adam, to give a nice introduction about me. So now I would like to start my presentation on the topic of sentiment analysis using machine learning technique. So sir has already given my introduction, so I am not wasting my time to in that part. So these all are my deliverables. If time will permit, I will cover as much as topic. So the first thing is sentiment analysis and what it is, types of sentiment analysis, and why is sentiment analysis important, what are the challenges, and what are the algorithm and tools are available, and how does the sentiment analysis will work, and how the machine learning and artificial intelligence will helpful to solve this sentiment analysis problems, and what are the future directions in this particular area. So now, as you can see here, this is first slide. You can see we are having this view. So most of the student as well as the faculty, they know very well this is the we can say review of Amazon website for some product. So before getting started, yes, we know, we all know the success of any company or product that is directly depends on its customer. So customer likes your product is the success of the company and product also. If not, then certain need to improve of it by making some changes on it. So how will you know your product is successfully or not? So for that, you need to analyze a customer's. So one of the analysis your customer is to analyze the sentiment of them. Okay, so from here we can say that this sentiment comes in the picture. As if you are talking about the individual, every time you don't perform the sentiment analysis, but you do look a feedback, like before purchasing a product, you can look your feedback, look for a feedback like what the other customers say about any product, whether this product is good or bad. So you will analyze manually by looking their feedback. But what will happen if feedbacks are available in terms of, you can see here words, or in terms of here rating. Okay, so here now you just consider the company level. Now when you will talk about the company level, they are not having few customers, they are not having 4, 5 or 10 customers, so they cannot do this all work manually. So they are also thinking about the customer view, so how they will get the report of a product. Okay, now another consideration, like when they will talk about the feedback, so if it is structured feedback, then have rating alone with the written review, which make it easy to understand if a feedback is a positive or negative. Like you can see here, if you can see this customer review, based on this 5-star rating, you can understand a customer means our product, most of the customer are like our product because 5-star rating is high. Okay, the same thing if you will go with some another product, and if your 5-star rating is below than 20 or 30%, it means we can say that people are not liking our product. Okay, so the main focus is on how to talking for the unstructured feedback, where the volume are very high and many people are using Twitter, Facebook and Insta. many people are sharing the product and service experience directly on that platform. So this problem is these feedback are unstructured. So now we can say that all the ratings, whatever we are getting into in terms of 1 star to 5 star, these all are the structured. But when the problem is come to the businesses analyze with unstructured customer feedback, and that too, you know very well, Bill Gates already given one statement like, your most unhappy customers are the greatest source of the learning, because based on that only you can achieve your further goal. Okay, now come to the sentiment analysis. So you can see sentiment analysis study the subjective information in an expression, that is the opinion, judgment, emotion, or attitude towards a topic, person, or entity. Expression can be classified as a positive, negative, or neutral. Right? Yeah, you can see here I have given 3 examples. If you, because basically we are talking about the unstructured sentiment or unstructured data, then here really one statement is, I really like the new design of your website. If you see this statement anywhere as a feedback, then you can take it as a positive, because here users are clearly mentioning that they are like your website design. But when the people are talking like, I am not sure if I like the new design, it means he is not up to the mark, he is not giving proper answer. In that case, we can say that the sentiment analysis sentiment is neutral, and the new design is awful. It means yes, here clearly he is saying that it is a negative feedback. So positive and negative opinion are powerful. They can boost or collapse the brand reputation. Okay, so in terms of dealing with huge amount of data, can be a struggle when done manually, but when you are going with AI techniques or ML techniques, then automatically identify the emotional turn in a text, that is a real time scenario at the scale and accurately. So that is really very a good technique when you are dealing with AI and ML. So here we should, thanks to natural language processing, that sentiment analysis system can understand the opinion in all types of customer feedback, enable you to obtain valuable insights about your brand, product, and service. Now, come to the next, how this is a powerful thing. So we can say that sentiment analysis is really powerful tool which can be used across the industry, and we can say in teams. And sentiment analysis is contextual mining of text which identify and extract the subject information in source material. And through the machine learning and text analytics algorithm can classify your entire sentiments into 3 parts like positive, negative, and neutral. So this process is also known as the opinion mining, is often used by the company and brand as the strategy for social media monitoring. For example, if we take your customer feedback, sentiment analysis measure to attitude of the customer towards the aspect of a service or product which they described in a text. Okay, so now if you see here, sentiment analysis classify a sample of text either positive, negative, or neutral. So definitely some questions which can be answered using the sentiment analysis. So like, is a given product review is positive or negative? So after performing this entire task, you are able to provide the product review. It is a positive or negative. Is a customer satisfied or disappointed based on his email responses? If we are having multiple emails, and if there we will apply the sentiment analysis, so without reading the entire email, we can understand the satisfaction level of the customer. So based on a sample of tweet, how people are responding to a given ad, campaigning, product release, or new items. And also how the blogger attitude about the president changed since the election. Because now you can see many people are giving their opinion, many people are giving their votes before doing their before the election itself. Okay, so really that is a very emerging field where many researchers are working. So we are having different types of sentiment analysis. Like when we are talking about the fine-grained sentiment analysis and emotion detection, or aspect-based sentiment analysis, or multilingual sentiment analysis. So these all are the different, we can say that, types of sentiment analysis. When we are talking about first, we can say fine-grained sentiment analysis. So here the polarity and precision is important to your business. You might to be consider expanding your polarity in terms of very positive, neutral, or very negative. So it means, what is the meaning of polarity here? Polarity give a various categories like positive, negative, very negative, or neutral. So because of that, we can usually refer as fine-grained sentiment analysis, and could be used to interpret into 5-star rating in the reviews. Like very positive, you can say that 5-star, and very negative, you can say that it is 1-star. Okay, the next type of sentiment analysis, that is emotion detection. So when we are talking about the emotion detection, so this type of sentiment analysis, the aim to detect the emotion, like your happiness, like your frustration, like your sadness. Okay, so many emotion detection systems use based on the lexicons. So what does mean here lexicon? Lexicon is nothing but that is a list of words that will show the emotions and that will convey your emotions to the second person. Okay, so that is a one type of sentiment analysis. Now the next one is aspect-based sentiment analysis. Usually when you are analyzing the sentiment analysis of the text, for example, let's say the product review. So you want to know which particular aspects or feature people are mentioning in a positive or negative or neutral way. So that's why where aspect sentiment analysis can help. For the example in this text, like for example, the battery life of this camera is too short. This is one, we can say that sentiment, like the battery life of, we can say the camera is too short. Here, your aspect-based classifier would be able to determine that the sentence expressed is a negative opinion. Because here, what is the feature? Feature is battery life, and their battery life is too short if you are using the camera. It means here, what is the feature? Feature is battery life, and as the sentiment analysis, if you are considering, that is a negative feedback. Like that, you are having another sentiment analysis, that is multilingual sentiment analysis. That is, we can say that it is a little bit difficult, and when you are going to go with multilingual sentiment analysis, so it involves lots of pre-processing. Okay, so these all are the different types of, we can say that, sentiment analysis. So now the important thing is why sentiment analysis are really important for the industries as well as for the customers. So sentiment analysis is extremely important because it allows businesses to understand the sentiments of their customers towards their brand. Automatically shorting the sentiments behind social media conversation review, and more businesses can make better and more informed decisions. So we can say that the overall benefits of sentiment analysis that include short data at scale, real-time analysis, and consistent criteria. So one good example in past years, we already saw this real-time analysis. Like we all went through the COVID pandemic, and sentiment analysis that can identify the critical issues in real time. For example, whatever COVID-19 crisis we have already faced, many people posted their tweets or statements in social media. So sentiment analysis model can help you immediately to identify these kinds of situation, so you can take action right away. Okay, so this is overall the benefit of sentiment analysis. When we are talking about their motivation, so knowing sentiment is a very natural ability of the human being. Can a machine be trained to do it? Because based on wording itself, we can understand our sentiment analysis. But can we train any machine to do all this task automatically? Sentiment analysis aim to getting sentiment related knowledge, especially from the huge amount of information on the internet. Because now day by day, we are having lots of tweets, we are having lots of reviews. So manually, this work is not at all easy. Can be generally used to understand opinion in a set of documents. So all these questions are giving us motivation to start a work on this particular area. Now, when we are talking about the limitations, really what are the limitations are exist now in our current scenarios? So first limitation is sarcasm detection. Okay, sarcasm detection, if we are talking, then it is still a major issue. Does not check whether document actually contain a sentiment or not. Okay, so when we are talking about, we would find it easy to recognize the sarcasm for this statement, like, I am really loving the Erasmus pools at my hotel. If this is the statement, then it accomplishes, means it is simply given this statement to seeing a photo of any teeny swimming pool, whereas an automated sentiment analysis tool probably would not be, would must likely classify it as an example of positive statement. Okay, so overall we can say that the detection of sarcasm is still a major issue. Second, the limitation of existing work is with short sentence and piece of text. For example, like you find a Twitter especially, and sometime on Facebook, they might not be enough context for the reliable sentiment analysis. Because sometime you can see, if we are writing like, please leave me alone. If I will write this statement, then I will write please. I will not write the complete spelling of please. I will simply write PLZ. Or instead of you, YOU, I will simply write you, simple one U. Okay. So sometime, if our sentiment or if our reviews are available with some short sentences or some piece of text, then it will be very difficult to find out the exact sentiment analysis, right? So that is also one limitation in existing work. Now, when we are talking about the sentiment analysis, can identify and analyze many pieces of text automatically, quickly. Automated sentiment analysis tool do a really great job of analyzing text of opinion and attitude. Okay, but they are not as much as perfect available. Now, the next limitation is, for example, word is disappointed. So disappointed may be classified as a negative word. If we are selecting only one word like disappointed in entire statement, to see this disappointed word itself, we can say that yes, your purpose of this sentiment analysis is negative. Okay, but if our phrase is, I was not disappointed. Okay, so if you can see this complete phrase, I was not disappointed, it means this is a positive feedback, but based on this single word, disappointed word, I classified this entire sentiment as a negative, right? So this is also a one limitation, because still people are working with 1 gram model, or they are going with 2 gram model. So if they are going with 1 gram model, it means they are working with single words. Okay, when they are working with single word, it means definitely you will get error in that particular sentiment analysis. So I gave you one example here, like disappointed. Here, disappointed we can consider as a 1 gram. So based upon this word, if we will conclude, then that is a negative statement. But if you will take the complete phrase, I was not disappointed, so it is a positive feedback. Okay, so still in existing system, multiple, we can say that limitations are there. So many researchers or many new beginners, they can take any one of this problem and they can start their research. Okay, now come to the next, we can say that sentiment analysis is one of the hardest tasks in natural language processing, because even human struggle to analyze the sentiments accurately. Okay, so now some of the main challenges of machine-based sentiment analysis. So we'll discuss one by one. The first one is subjectivity and tone, then context and polarity, irony and sarcasm, comparison, emojis, and defining net neutral and human and accuracy. Okay, now come to the first point. When we are talking about the main problem of existing current technologies, so the first one we can say that inability to perform the well different domain. Okay, and the second thing is we can say that insufficient accuracy, and third point we can say that performance in sentiment analysis based on the insufficient labeled data, and the fourth one is incapability to deal with complex sentence that require more than one sentiment words and simplify to analyze. Clear? So overall, these all are the existing main, we can say that problem with machine-based sentiment analysis. Now, when we are talking about the first problem, that is the subjectivity and objective. So here we are having two types of text. One is subjective and second one is objective. Here you can see you intend to analyze the sentiment of the following two texts. First one is the package is nice. Okay, and the second one is package is red. So most people would say that the sentiment is positive for the first one. Okay, first one, because of nice, package is nice, based on nice word, we can say that this sentiment is positive, and we can say that neutral is the second one. But if you see, all predicates should not be treated the same with respect to how they created the sentiment. So in this example, the nice is more subjective than red. Okay, so because of that only, still we can say that subjective and objective are the still a major challenge. Now, when we are talking about this next context and sarcasm. So here context and sarcasm is like analyze the sentiment without context get pretty difficult. However, your machine cannot learn about the context if they are not mentioned explicitly. So one of the problem that arise from the context is change their polarity. And polarity, I have already explained you that you can define in terms of positive, negative, neutral, or more very positive, very negative. Okay, so we can say that here, I will show you with one example. Everything of it, that is your first statement, and second one is absolutely nothing. So imagine the response above comes from the answer to the questions are like, what did you like about the event? So in that case,
Şimdi konferans vardı bizim. Onu söyle.
In that case, your answers are like what you like about the event. So you can say that everything of it. And secondly, you can say that what did you dislike about the event? So you can say that absolutely nothing. So it depends on your question, like what answer you are giving. So you can say that we cannot conclude based on only the exam answer. Here you have to see the question, or we can say that we have to see the context, in which context this sentiment or this answers are generating, right? So here absolutely nothing will give you the negative statement. But if question is like, what do you dislike about the event? Absolutely nothing. It means everything is fine. So answer is in a positive way, but here because of lack of context interpretation, we can say that it will give you the negative result. Okay, now the next thing is irony and sarcasm. So when it comes to irony and sarcasm, people express their negative sentiment using the positive word, which can be difficult for machines to detect without having a true understanding of the context of the situation in which a feeling was expressed. For example, possible answers to this question is, did you enjoy your shopping experience with us? Yeah, sure, so smooth. That is the one answer. Based on that, yes, you can say that it is a positive feedback. But if anyone will give you not one but many, so based on this not, sometime we can assume that it will give you the sarcasm. Okay, so completely context of the situation is important. Now we are having the next point is like comparisons. So how to treat comparisons in sentiment analysis is another challenge. Like this product is second to none. This is better than older tool. This is better than nothing. So when we are talking about the first comparison, does not need any contextual sign to be classified correctly. It is clearly saying that it is a positive statement. But if you will go with the second and third text, they are little more difficult to classify. Would you classify them as a neutral or positive, or we can say negative, that you have to think it again. Okay, so this is also one biggest challenge. And now the major challenge which we are facing now, many people are going with emojis. So there are, we can say that two types of emoji, and according to Guaban et al. And sometime we can say that one is Western emojis and second one is Eastern emojis. Okay, so emojis plays an important role in the sentiment of the text, particularly when you are going with tweets, or when you are going when you are using the WhatsApp or some another social media tool. So you will need to pay a special attention when you are going to with character level as well as a word level when performing the sentiment analysis on tweets. A lots of pre-processing might also needed when you are going with emojis. So here we can say that in the internet has greatly changed the way of communication, because since a body language and verbal tone do not translate in your text message or in your email, where you will develop alternate ways to convey the meaning. So the most we can say that prominent change to our online style has been we can say addition of the emojis. So really it is a very tedious task to perform the pre-processing of all these emojis. Okay, so these all are, we can say that the problems in our the existing systems. Now, how we can overcome of these problems and how we can analyze. So you can see here we are having some different steps to perform this analysis. So first one is first step, we can say that data acquisition. So what is data acquisition? So we can say that it is the process of sampling a signal that measure the real world physical phenomena and converting them into a digital form that can be manipulated by the computer and the software. Okay, so when we are going for the sentiment analysis, so that will be your first important phase. After data acquisition, we can go with the text pre-processing. So it is also essential steps. We can say that building of your machine learning model. And here multiple sub steps are also there, like how you are performing the text pre-processing. You are going to remove with all stop word and special symbol removal, all stemming word removal, or you can go with the tokenization and steaming, or we can say that limitizations. Okay, so when we are having the sentiments, so definitely I already told you before going to start your analysis, you have to go with pre-processing. So this pre-processing phase means all these points are very, very important. Okay, so that is the second part when you are going to perform sentiment analysis. Now the next one is feature selection and extraction. That is your third part. Feature selection and extraction. So here, after performing the pre-processing, you have to select the best features to extract the exact analysis. Okay, so here feature selection is having multiple techniques available. So anyone you can opt based on their advantage and disadvantage. And next one, fourth phase is sentiment classification. So when we are going for the classification, then you can go with many variety of classification techniques. Like you can go with any rule-based technique, or you can go with any automatic technique, or you can combine both. We can say that hybrid technique, like rule-based plus automatic. Okay, so after performing this sentiment analysis, you have to find out their polarity detection. Based on your classifier, you can define the polarity, and you can just test your classifier, and after that you can get the exact polarity of any sentiment analysis. And now come to the validation and evaluation. Here we have to check all the accuracy level, how many accuracy you are achieving based on this task, because we are having multiple varieties of techniques are available. So when you are talking about the sentiment analysis, you can split up into two types of approaches. You can go with the machine learning approach, or you can go with lexicon based approach. So when we are talking about machine learning approach, you are having two different category. You can go with supervised and unsupervised learning. But most of the sentiment analysis, we know the class level. That's why we are always preferring the supervised learning process. Unsupervised learning process means you can go with clustering, because when you are not aware about your class level, and you are not aware about how many classes are there, then you can opt this unsupervised learning. So most of the people are going with supervised learning process, and they are doing the classification, and they are using the decision tree classifier, linear classifier, rule-based classifier, or probability-based classifier. So when we are talking about the linear classifier, then most of the people are going with support vector machine and neural network. And all the algorithms are having their own features, some limitations. So as per your comfortable things, you have to opt this classifier techniques. Then lexicon based techniques are having two different approaches, like you can go with dictionary approach and corpus based approach. Okay, now come to the application. where all this sentiment analysis will be applicable and how it will be useful. So when we are talking about their application, so I have already told you, like in social media monitoring, this will be so much applicable. Like all the companies, whenever they are launching the product, definitely they will closely monitor all the reviews, whatever customers are giving in the all social media websites, because based on that you can monitor the brand monitoring, you can see the customer support analysis, you can find out the customer feedback analysis. Okay, so this entire analysis, sentiment analysis is really very important for the social media monitoring. Or next thing is you can go with market research also. And now you can, many people are tracking your employee feedback, keeping eye on your competitors. Okay, you can track your generated content. Sentiment analysis is basically used in many sectors, like it is using in banking, now it is using in healthcare, stock market analysis. Okay, so multiple applications are there for this sentiment analysis. Also, after the application, we have to see some tools. So online, some tools are available, like you can use with social searchers. You can go with Monkey Learn, you can go with Talkwalker or Brandwatch or Avero or Lexical. So some tools, online tools, these tools are there to perform the sentiment analysis. Okay, so how to start our work with machine learning? So machine learning allows computer learn new tasks without being expressly programmed to perform them. There are a number of techniques and complex algorithms used to command and train the machine to perform the sentiment analysis. Many pros and cons are there, but used together, they can provide the exceptional results. Okay, now you all are aware about this diagram. Like you just pass your input in terms of data, sensor or images to the artificial intelligence, you will get output in terms of action, movement or text. So here, if based on this diagram, you can see that previously we have the artificial intelligence, and in 1990 and 2000 new technology introduced, that is the machine learning. We can say that it is the subset of AI, and then now we are living the era of deep learning, and we can say that it is the subset of ML. So this is the relation between AI, ML and deep learning. So when we are talking about the machine learning, so generally as a human being, we are learning from our experience. But when you are talking about this machine, only machine, so machine will always follow the instruction. But if you are providing the learning experience, then we can say that machine can learn from your data, then that will become a machine learning tool. So machine learning is an important component of growing of this data science field, and multiple data analysis methods are there to make the entire model automatically, right? So we can multiple things, basic requirements are there. I will just show you now. These work we have already done in our research papers. So when we are talking about what are the overall social impact, so here what do customers think of your product and brand? Okay, so based on that you will get answer of this question. Do the customers are happy with the service and on their reviews? How do the company's policy or external event, or we can say that its employees impact customer perception of the brand? What do customer like about the brand competitors? So these all are, we can say that, overall impact. And if as a beginner, if you want to start your future work in the sentiment analysis, so these all are, we can say that, future directions. You can take any one type of sentiment analysis like aspect-based, multimodal, contextual, sentiment reasoning, or multilingual, or sarcasm. In that, multiple scopes are available to start your research work. If you are a BTech or a engineering or undergraduate or postgraduate students, so this is a very interesting topic, and from that you can start your work. And I will give you suggestion, like many people are working with 1 gram model. So I will suggest you to, you people can start your work with not only 1 gram model. Now you can start to work with the combination of 2 words or 3 words. So accuracy will improve. Okay. So still my scholars, they are working with n-gram models. So we are also trying to improve the accuracy. So when we will pass the entire sentiment, based on that, we can get the output. So, and also we have to work out with emojis detection, emojis and sarcasm detection there. Still, people are claiming that they have achieved a very good accuracy, but still many scopes are available in this particular domain, whatever I have shared with you. So you can say that your future research is like machine mining unstructured data. Because when your data is in structured format, or you can say that in tabular format, then it is easy to work out with all this structured. But when you are talking about the unstructured means it is not that much of easy to work. There is no, as such, we can say that a specific technique to extract the entire pre-processed data, and without noise you are doing your work. So that is not at all possible. So still many scopes are there to do with unstructured data and identify the composite media features, different word with the same meaning. Sometimes many people are posting words like that words are giving 2 different meanings. So in that particular case also, it is very difficult to work out and find out the exact sentiments. Okay. And I have already told you the multilingual statements, because the pre-processing is very difficult with multilingual sentiments. So yes, this is also a very good open issues where people can start their future work. And sentiment word does not express the sentiments. Some words are not there like exact, they will give the proper sentence sentiments. So how to deal with neutral sentiment, that is also a open challenge for us. And you can go with cross domain analysis also. So as per my knowledge, these all are the future we can say that research issues, open issues. So you can contact to your professors, you can contact to us also, and you can choose any one of the topic to start your research domain. And these all are the references from where I have refer all this material. And thank you so much. Actually, I joined very late, so sorry for the delay, because today my PhD student viva was going on. So it was a little bit extended. Sorry.
No, important. Thank you very much for your valuable presentation, and it was very informative. And I want to ask our participants about the questions. If they have any questions, please feel free to ask questions to the Dr. Dharmendra. I think, Ayhan Hocam, do you have any question about the presentation?
Yes.
Yes, please ask your questions.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Professor Rajput. Very good presentation.
Yeah, thank
my
you, Professor.
question is, can emoji symbols analysis be done with emojis? Emoji symbols.
Yeah, emoji symbols.
Is it using
Yes, actually, when we are talking about the emojis, so emoji, getting the sentiments from the emojis is still a biggest challenge. There is no certain tool to detect the proper emojis and background of that there, what is the emotions. Now, based on few emojis, like I will show you here. Yes. At the beginning, you can see here left corner, I have used 5 emojis. And if we will fix that, the matter of this emojis, like what will be the content and what is the meaning of this emojis, then based on that, we have to convert it into context and then we can find out their sentiment. So still many researchers are doing work on this emojis.
Yeah, thank you. Anger, hope, joy, acceptance, fear, surprise, sadness, and disgust. Which one is the important when analyzing emotion?
Sorry, Professor, I can't understand you properly. Pardon, can you repeat it?
Anger, hope, joy, acceptance, fear, surprise, sadness, and disgust.
Okay.
Which one is the important when analyzing emotions?
Okay. If you will consider this single words, for example, sadness, joy, or whatever you have said. So I already told you what you have to do. If you can see, if you are taking one sentence, then after reading this sentence, you have to go with pre-processing and you have to find out each and individual word. If word is repeating multiple times in your sentiment, then based on that, we can conclude and we can form one rule. And joy we can consider as a positive sentiment, sadness we can consider as a negative sentence. And I have already give you one example, like sometime if we will use disappointed, so disappointed basically we can use as a negative feedback, but our sentiment is I was not disappointed, so in that particular case the entire sentence is positive. But if you are going with 1 gram model, so definitely your accuracy will not correct. That's why I told you, you have to go with the combination of words, as well as whenever you are going to go with sentiment analysis. So at the background, you have to check in which context this particular sentiment analysis come to the picture, because sometimes that context is also important.
Yeah, thank you so much. Your answer. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
Are there any questions from other participants about the sentiment analysis and about the using of machine learning in the sentiment analysis? If you have any questions, you can write from the chat as well, and you can raise your hands by using Zoom. And I think there is no any other question, Dr. Dharmendra, because your presentation was very clear. So I think all participants understand your presentation very well. I think they don't have any problem in their mind. So
yeah, sure. Actually, the main problem is between you and us. First thing is our slang.
Yes, already. Yes, we have participants from other country, from Azerbaijan as well. You know, Azerbaijan and Turkey is a close friend and close countries, okay, as you know. So we want to say them, we want to send our best wishes from Turkey and from India to them as well. I think okay, they have a good idea about the sentiment analysis after your presentation. So if you don't have any other extra impacts, so we can close the conference. and already I will share with you this video.
Yeah,
as well.
sure, Professor.
I took some pictures from the presentation. You can use them as well. And some other participants asking about sharing all your presentation to them. If it is possible, you can.
Yeah, I'll share this
yes.
presentation.
You
I'll
can
forward
send
you.
me and I will share with them, okay?
Yeah, sure, Professor.
Okay, thank you very much. Already we will meet in January in Bangladesh. So thank you.
Yeah, we'll meet in January, Bangladesh.
Yes, thank you.
So we all 4 people are coming. Rajesh,
yes.
me, Thipa, and Lakshmana.
Okay, it's very good.
So from your side?
From our side, we will participate for 6 people.
Okay.
And some of them you meet in Valora, and some of them you will see first time.
Yes. Sure.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening in India.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor. Thanks to invite me for such nice lecture. Hope this collaboration we will continue in further also.
We need to go on all collaborations, especially transferring
yes.
or works as well.
Yes, sure, Professor.
Sure.
See you. Yeah. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Ayan.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.